もう逃げ場はないぞ姉ちゃん。何も俺らは悪人じゃねえ。安心しな。ちょっとばかしモラを払えば貴重な情報が手に入るんだ。
親分、なんだか嫌な予感がします。
それが何だってんだ。久々の上物だ。こいつから
言ったはずだ。主らの情報など必要。先ほどの言葉が聞こえていなかった。
あのな、姉ちゃん、お前が必要かなんて関係。
我は
おっと、下手な瑠璃亭で宅に、そして新月軒や金持ちの嬢ちゃん。
師匠に。まあいい。
親分、
ビビる必要はねえ。俺らは情報を売ろうとしてるだけだ。法には触れてないだろう。こいつが手を出してきたら。洗顔君、黙れ。
神格。
神格。
我の名だ。
おお、神格っていうのか。
主らの名は知っている。無論我一人でも解決できたがな。
うわー、ここはリーユエコーだから。
法律そう
なのか。
ああ、我
あっさりとそういえば神格はそんなんじゃお腹がすくに。
精神瑠璃ゆり瑠璃袋薬剤。
どうやらよく分かってないみたいだな。お腹がペコペコなままだ。なあ、神格ってもしかして仙人なのかな。初めて。
ようこそ。
精神瑠璃ゆ。
それはどういった処方でしょう。まるで薬で。
感謝する。
ほんとに。
これで十分だ。しそうになった。いや、まずほのかな清涼感はあるものの、食べ過ぎれば口の中に残る。
じゃあ神格はどうしてお店のモラをたくさん持ってるんだろ。オイラだったら
それは今後この地にとどまるかどうか。世の料理は美味なるもの。しかしいずれ山に戻ってしまえば、それゆえ軽く味わうだけにし、どのよ。
山に戻って。
我のことはともか
そうだ、忘れると。ここで時間を潰して。
そうか、その件。
ひひ。もしまさか神格も。
確かに我もその件で来たのだが主たちには世話になった分。
でも仙人に手伝ってもらえたら素材集めも順調に
ならば善は急げだ。
おう。
すごいかどうかは分からぬ。我らより先行して。そうなのか。
オイラたちは名家不条意し。
店の外から何やら話し合う声が聞こえると思ったら、
白
行幸さんから傷薬をまとめて仕入れたいという依頼があったのです。
術。行幸はどうして。
それは私にも分かりません。軍玉閣を再建するお話は私も聞いていますが、その現場で使うのでしょうか。ですがお客様側の事情ですので、あまり深くは追求しないようにしようかと。それから行幸さんは私から7を借りていきました。ですから父袋は現在かなりの人手不足でして。どうでしょう、あなたたちここで働いてみませんか。
悪いな。オイラたち他にやることがあるんだ。そうだ、白術って物知りだし、名家不条意師について聞いたことってないか。
軍玉閣の再建に必要な素材でしょうか。確か七蔵三景にそれについての記述がありましたね。名家不条意師を活性化させれば雲の上まで飛べるとか。非常に貴重なものです。 文献に記録されている名家不条石はもうほぼ誰かに採掘。
なるほど。略術ありがとな。
どういたしまして。
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Your father gave me specific instructions to...
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now.
Oh, how wonderful.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your...
Understood, Master Xingqiu.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today.
Xingqiu, have you...
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady...
As well?
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some sunset... We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price...
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated.
But... without an...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken...
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most after Sea Gazer... Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make...
That's great! Wouldn't it be a...
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you...
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then.
There's something about this young lady that... Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanism.
Okay, we will be... Let's see... Xingqiu said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it...
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around! Hey, look! Is that a new seal? What? Oh, so many clouds.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite we're looking...
Really? Let Paimon... Look, it's gone, and now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rock...
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is mean...
All right, then let's...
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding.
can't catch me.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this? Manifest! Obey!
Let's roll!
Manifest! Unleash!
Can't have your dream.
Attaboy!
By ordinance divine! Manifest! The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Get them!
Unleash!
Incinerate! Whoa! We're gonna fall! Is everyone okay? Look! The cilium disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first. Manifest!
Boba, get them! Time for more ravens! Motion to compel! Nice and spicy! Faster!
Obey! Manifest!
Incinerate!
Attaboy!
Unleash!
Right, Pip! It's... Think you can bully me? Motion to compel! Diana special!
Cryo incarnate! Obey! Unleash!
Think you can bully me? Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That sealie's on the move again. Let's catch up with it. Huh. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Unleash! Manifest!
Visible evidence! Boom! Look at you, Spoontail!
Let's roll! Coming through!
Unleash!
Incinerate! Get them!
Attaboy!
Keep your master spinning! Manifest!
Boom! I'm a rock!
Let's roll!
Obey! Manifest!
Incinerate!
Shift!
I'm the best into the fire!
Take your true form!
Can't handle your dreams! For your arraignment! Motion detail! Eat this! Nice and spicy!
Obey! Unleash!
Think you can bully me? Incinerate!
Obey! Manifest!
Look, over there! Could that be the Sunset Vermilionite?
Prostrate doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs only after being activated does prostrate reveal its true nature. Breaking free from the shackles of the mortal...
Wow, Shenhe. You seem...
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no... But if we don't activate it...
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you sure?
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a prostrate sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right! Paimon shared you gotta be extra careful.
Is it? I'll go on ahead with the prostrate.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself? Adepti super strength much? We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? Oh, mighty Adeptus!
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Room.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute.
Shenhe and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss
In truth, it is the finest piece of plus. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhe! Shenhe! Just now...
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? Whenever Paimon gets praised,
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus. Treat me with great deference and respect.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique.
But I am not...
Shenhe?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that...
Well, Byron said...
No need. I simply need to find myself a...
You can't do that. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired...
Okay.
Great! Now we're
Hi there! Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant... So, business is booming for me today.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being Here, your key...
Shenhe, you should go get some diamonds. Let's buy one.
All right. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper.
Hey! Isn't that clever, team? Let's go and say hi.
One trusts you have met Shenhe.
So far, so good. Yeah!
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor.
Cool! So, calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better...
Her Adeptus name. Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adept...
don't...
On this latter point, you are correct. However...
Oh, right. Wait, what? What? You knew already?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary...
Well, to start with, her problem-solving method...
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand.
That sounds so...
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no...
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shen...
That's still so dangerous, though! Why was a tiny little kid battling a...
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm. Red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red... It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because...
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is... If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching.
Hey! So, Shenhe...
Master. I'd intended to wait back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you. So on top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is...
Sorry, Shenhua. Paimon had you down as an adeptus this whole time, but...
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience, trying to Still, though you mistook me for an adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share. Anyway, now it's settled.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms...
Great! Well, but before we do that, let's go to the building site. After all, sunset vermilionite is so rare. Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Paimon! And hey! People Paimon doesn't...
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construct before we find some suitable plastrite. We build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peak. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment. I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Wait, I know you. You're the one who fought against the Vatuian Osile, right? Oh, sure enough, your reputation precedes you. Pleased to meet you. I'm Beidou, captain of the Crux.
Beidou? Are you here to join the Jade Chamber contest?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured...
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a...
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most...
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler. I'm sure you've heard of them before. And this is... sorry, I'm not sure we've met.
Shenhua.
Good to meet you. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first, to be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required.
Wow. So it looks like...
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as...
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help her win.
In that case, I have a... Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top...
Sounds great, but how does that change things?
I think I see where you're going with this. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go. By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has...
Ooh, what's the opera?
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an It's called...
Ah, hello.
Excuse me, Master Zhang.
Of course I have. Sorry,
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my...
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time.
No, we were gonna ask you.
Sure. Well, you'll need, if I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her... It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though... I'm really not sure. Sorry. But of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around Mount Tianheng.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel... I hear the view there is quite spectacular. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not... I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks. And no wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story?
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be in that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove the vile and vicious monster told the villagers, if you want to live...
What a nasty piece of work!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little...
No! Don't...
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce... Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of...
I really like this story, but I personally think that perhaps the little girl was... not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire...
I think it's a great story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon!
Can't catch me!
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Huh. He didn't seem to...
Hello, sir. We were just passing...
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Shenhua, Yunjin.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shenhe. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you can... This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here.
Huh? You know this guy?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and... Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite...
Okay, then let's see what we...
Huh. What's this? So... Shenhe? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus. And she... So that's why I've been getting this strangest feeling whenever... According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the... And she didn't volunteer. She was... sacrificed. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice. Oh, it looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
Can't catch me!
So it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took the form of a monster. His obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers moved away in fear, without ever learning the truth. And now, this place is deserted. Still, I do wonder what the connection is.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Subrosium. Let's have a look over there. This is it! So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lakes. Let's go back and tell
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was... I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring my... I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I...
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is...
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake!
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to... Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from...
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had...
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! We can't let someone else beat us to it! That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
This is some top-quality ore you found. Guess now it's my time to show.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it...
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. Don't worry.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next.
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your...
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe...
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead. Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, all three of you found them together. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. I hereby announce that the winners of...
What? It's over already?
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the...
Huh? Where's Beidou?
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with...
All right, then. Guess we'll head on up to the... This has been a long time coming. The last...
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Thank you all for your work.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your...
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your...
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the...
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly.
You're quite welcome. It's...
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon.
You're next. What is your... I should clarify. I do not know your brother's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question.
Wow, you're a mind...
Managing a successful business is not... If you want to know how to make money...
Wow.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you... So I promise you that
Oh, good. No more questions from us. Shenhe.
Me?
Yes, this is a great...
Thank you. But I don't have anything.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, just don't waste it.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue?
Now that is an interest. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging?
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you'll... In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn. Do you have a question?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the...
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay...
Beidou? Ningguang?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen at all. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue, and I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence! Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming!
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it! Well, let's go fetch the Adepti!
No.
Huh?
In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk!
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of this game, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too!
just a little exhausted. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were... Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady on behalf of the entire Millilith. Thank you for your...
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to...
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance...
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shen.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidence. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to hence on balance. One finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that
while the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liu...
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been...
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shen. In fact, one has many fond memories of Shen.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. One shall be going homeward now.
Please, have a good rest. Come, we must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has...
Wow! It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade...
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view...
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I hear she's going to perform the Divine Damsel...
Hey! Look! Miss Yun is going on stage!
神女披冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
It was beautiful.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the divine damsel of devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I found the opportunity.
Ms. Yun, here you are, huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The divine damsel herself. And look who else. Let me pull up a chair, all right. We'll all have a friendly...
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.